always pay attention to who people are when times are hard, because that's when they're most likely to show you who they really are. And when they show you who they are, you better believe them.
Willie D Live.
And there's something about when you make straight A's and you're competing against the best of everybody, then you know that I have what it takes. And it's funny, when I found out that I got accepted to Stanford Law School, I was super excited. I'd always wanted to be a lawyer since I was a kid. And Stanford, everyone knows of Stanford, and Stanford is an expensive school. I couldn't afford to pay for that. Now, let me be clear. I won an NCAA postgraduate scholarship that paid for my law school because I was a straight A student. I was an academic All-American, multiple-year academic All-American. But when I found out that I had a full ride to Stanford Law School, I was excited. The first person that I ran into after I found out was one of my teammates. I won't call his name, but he did not have melanin. And he was a Mormon guy who was on our track team. And I said, hey, man, you're never going to believe this. I got a full ride to Stanford Law School. And he said, well, congratulations, Joe. You know it's because you're black. And I thought, that's exactly what my mother told me. Some people think that I'm going to get whatever it is I get because I'm black. No, the truth is every class we took together, I made a high grade than you. So how is I'm getting something because I'm black when the truth is I make better grades with you, which some would argue would make me smarter than you, but you couldn't see past my color. So something else my mother taught me, again, why I'm successful, is my mother taught me that, again, those same people that hold it against me because I'm born into this skin, I have to know that God doesn't make any mistakes. God made me exactly like he wanted for me to be, and I have everything that I need to be able to do whatever it is that I need to do, and I just can never forget that. So my mother told me, Jolanda, don't be surprised when white people white, right? So she said, you can't tell who people are, generally, white people specifically, in good times. Everybody's having fun in good times. You tell who people are in bad times. They show their true selves. Like when Trump got elected. I'm sure I know a whole bunch of people, including myself. We had white friends we thought were cool until Trump got elected. And then they let us see who they were. So always pay attention to who people are when times are hard, because that's when they're most likely to show you who they really are. And when they show you who they are, you better believe them.
How old were you when your dad died?
I was a year and a month.
A year and a month.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have recollection of that.
I don't now, because I think God is a good God. Mm-hmm. But I did then, and I used to talk about it. But I think that
you had recollection at 1 year and 1 month.
I was a pretty bright kid. If you talk to my mother, she'll go tell you, I believe Jolanda remembered birth. Yeah. So there's a chapter in my book called Daddy Go Bang, because that's what I used to say after he killed himself.
I know you had, you got that fight spirit in you. So I know when they was talking about your dad, I know you was whooping some ass. I know you didn't just take that line down. You
know what's interesting? I haven't always been this strong person. No, seriously, I was insecure. I was born in 1965. So I was born at a time where it wasn't good to be black and dark skinned. So what's really interesting is I used to be outside all the time playing, beating the boys in basketball, football, whatever it is. And so I was outside a lot, and the sun was always on me, so I was dark. It wasn't until I got older and I really wasn't in the sun that I realized, okay, Jolanda, you're not super dark like you were when you were younger. But when I was younger, they used to call me Little Black African. And I have extremely little black African, and it was very hurtful. They used to call me Cuckabug Head because I had very coarse hair. So I was just a person that they teased. And so although I would not let them see me cry in front of them, because I didn't want for them to see that I was weak, in my mind, weak, when I got home, I cried a lot. Like I cried to my Aunt Kathy, I cried to my grandmother, I literally couldn't find a prom date. I was extreme. So people see me now and they're like, oh, you're so pretty or whatever. I was extremely awkward. I had the worst acne ever. I had white heads. I had black heads. I picked in my face. It's amazing that I don't have pock marks in my face, probably because my skin is very oily and it helped it to heal. So no, I didn't. People didn't want to go out with me. And so it's really funny to me that everybody says I'm really pretty now, because I was always really awkward when I was younger. Super skinny, totally a nerd, because I was trying to come out of poverty. And my mother told me, I can't afford to pay for you to go to college, but your brain can.